All right, everybody, where are we going today? This has been quite the powerful week. I do want to direct your attention to the June readings. Ding! Um, the meditation I did earlier this week about inner child work, that's come up in a lot of our Pathfinder conversations. Ding! And the reading I did as a companion to that inner child meditation. So bing. So lots of little recommendations for you this morning. This afternoon, I'm going to be posting an air, fire, earth, water for the weekend. All right, so give you a chance to enjoy that. That was a really powerful set of readings that I did. Breaking Trail. Well, you're the one who decides whether it's powerful or not. Traveling lightly, simplify your life. That has been coming up. Absolutely. Faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. I feel like some of you have been making things too complicated for yourself. All right. Way too complicated. And it doesn't need to be like that. There's a breakthrough that comes when you finally stop trying to hold up the rest of the world. Stop trying to be the perfect daughter. Stop trying to be the perfect spouse, the perfect boss. Stop. Okay, we just stop doing it. Saturn in retrograde. Stop working so hard. Okay? So let's see here. You don't need to. This is a little bit of like, I'm trying to prove that I'm something. You are. You just are. All right. Yeah. Page of Swords coming through here. Messages coming through. Seven of Swords. My God, that card won't quit. Six of Swords. Three of Swords. Six of Wands. Ace of Cups. I like this. Moon. Six of Pentacles. Queen of Wands and the Empress. Some of you are putting to rest a relationship. Hear me out. The relationship may resurface. This person may be showing up again or something like that. But you're putting to rest all the baggage that came along with this relationship. This relationship may have made you feel like you didn't know what you were doing, or you were somebody who should be so grateful to this other person for just even being alive. Like there's some lies you were telling yourself. And it cost you because it did bring a lot of pain. All right? It did bring a lot of pain. And I finally feel like you're overcoming this fear or you're overcoming this lie. Something that you might have told yourself that was necessary. Like, in order for me to be a good human being or a good husband, a good wife, a good something, I have to do all of this stuff. And now you're recognizing that you might have lived for years believing that and running yourself on a treadmill and doing a lot of extra stuff. I used to have a friend in college. She was my roommate for just a little while. You can read into that whatever you like. She would do stuff triple, quadruple. And so, for example, she would hand wash a dish. She'd put it in the dishwasher and wash it. And then she would hand wash it again before she used it. And I was like, what kind of OCD is this? And she was doing that in all areas of her life. So, a belt and suspenders. She would be overcompensating in every single way. And it was like she had backup plan and backup plan and backup plan and backup plan. So if she had to go somewhere for a class, it took her like 20 minutes to get out the door. I got to make sure this happens. I got to make sure, what if someone shows up? Okay, I got to make sure that they have this. It was so exhausting to be around. And it's the level of perfectionism that was showing up in her life that was sucking her dry. I have no doubt, I don't really have any solid proof of this, But I had no doubt that she had some kind of eating disorder on top of it, a lot of stuff that I never even saw. Okay? And it was this level of perfectionism that was breaking her down day after day after day. And I feel like you may have had some experience like that where you have double and triple and quadruple checked yourself. You have had a relationship where another person made you second guess yourself. So you were constantly like, oh, okay, well, if I wear this skirt, then they're going to think it's too short. Oh, God. Okay, so maybe I'll wear tights underneath it. No, that's too hot. You know, like, wear what you want. Okay? And all of that second guessing, all of that perfectionism is blocking love because it's fear. All of this, I've got to be a perfect person. I've got to be, I've got to have this all handled. I've got to look a certain way. I'm telling yourself you're inviting disease. Absolutely inviting disease. Because what you're doing is you're wearing yourself down to a nub. Now, at one point, it's possible that some of you did all those things or didn't do enough of them in your mind and you got hurt. So you're like, that's never going to happen to me again. I'm never going to allow that to happen again. So I'm going to be the most perfect fill in the blank. But that's not really what this is about. What this is really about is a fear of allowing love in. You could even have had a relationship with somebody that crumbled, that hurt like hell, and you did everything you could because it didn't have anything to do with you. The reason that fell apart or that it was hurtful had nothing to do with whether you wore the skirt with the tights or not. It didn't have anything to do with that. Okay? But in our minds, and I'm just saying, I don't know who I'm speaking to right now, but in our minds, we look around for reasons for things, especially when things made no sense. Something made no sense to you, and you got hurt by it anyway. And you're like, okay, not going to let that happen. How can I prevent that from happening? Now you're seeing that, and this might be a little bit of the message that you haven't wanted to hear is that you can't prevent it. Because when you're preventing learning, you're busy in the get busy living or get busy dying. And living is messy. It doesn't, it is all about us learning lessons. And I feel like once you relent from being perfect or trying to be perfect or whatever's going on here, the hurt happened anyway. So stick a butter on everything. Okay. I had a friend that I was working with, no male in his family ever lived past 45. So he was like, screw it. I'm going to enjoy myself. He lived into his 50s. His genetics did catch up with him, but not because of the butter. It was just a genetic thing. There was nothing he could really do about it. And so he enjoyed himself. He had such a good, full life. He had a wonderful partner. He was executive producer in Nashville. He met Willie Nelson. He was just like, I'm just going to enjoy my life. I'm not going to go around pretending like I'm a porcelain doll. And so when he did end up dying, he was like, you know what? I have wonderful friends. I've lived a wonderful life. I've learned some lessons. Yes, have I gotten myself hurt once or twice? Of course. But he didn't put bubble wrap around himself and live in the closet. Life is the business of experience. And it's rare that we have experiences that are all positive and sunshiny. So when those experiences that do come around that are Three of Swords, despite all of our best efforts, look at the opportunity here. I feel like because of this lesson, because you are releasing this lesson, you're releasing it and you're releasing the fear of it happening again. Clean slate. you're allowing a kind of love that is messy, but bountiful, joyful, right? Joyful. And you don't know when that's going to end. You don't know when that's going to leave. But until it does, you are living life to the fullest. This person can be a Aries, Leo, Sag, or a Taurus, Libra, or a Pisces. The point is, you're like drinking it in. You're enjoying every single moment of it. Regardless of whether you have 10 pounds to lose or whether you have your PhD finished, your dissertation finished, or whatever. You're in a state of messiness. Love arrives anyway. Your lessons arrive on time anyway. All right, so instead of worrying about, am I perfect? The focus is on being open to the next. Accepting that there have been things that maybe you wish hadn't happened. This could even be the same person coming back around who did this. Are you open to love, or are you going to hang on to the past? Are you going to hang on to living in that past? Have you done the healing work? Then even if that person shows up, it's like you're past that lesson. You don't need it again. And if that person wants to deliver that same lesson, it's not going to land the same way, and it's certainly not going. It's going to be bounced right off of you. You're going to be like, well, I'm not really doing that now. So nice to see you again. But don't wrap yourself in bubble wrap and hide in the closet. That's a recipe for regret, if ever I've heard one. And I do feel like what's coming in, I like the 6, we got the 6 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, and the 6 of Pentacles. We're in Gemini, we're in June. Okay, so this is about creating balance in your life so that you can have fun, have joy. Perfection is, don't let perfect be the enemy of the good, because it's a waste of your precious life. All right, so we're going to see what this is. I feel like this is a new opportunity coming in. It could be somebody coming from the past, but it's definitely a breakthrough. There's definitely a breakthrough here. All right, let's see where we go. Link is below if you want to continue on with me. Morning message. I'll see you there. Pathfinders, it'll keep going from here.